Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's Friday, April the 18th of the beautiful year 2025, and we are in the round 5 of the 2025 Pal das Swiss tournament. And what a match we are about to witness in the next few minutes. AVGEEK from the United States against MÖRKÖS from Finland. Both players in a very strong contention for the overall win in the event. Let's take a look at the standings and let's see how well the both players did in the tournament. AVGEEK, the only player with all 12 points after 4 rounds. MÖRKÖS with 11. This is because of the decider win against Tugi earlier this week. So very tough match for the Finnish player, but was able to win. AVGEEK and MÖRKÖS, as mentioned, are in the strong contention for the overall win in the tournament. If MÖRKÖS loses for 3 points, will be then 4 points behind AVGEEK before the next round, and MÖRKÖS would be then out of contention. On the other hand, if MÖRKÖS wins, then AVGEEK is still in contention for the overall win, being 2 points down with 1 match to go. Yeah, there are mathematical chances to get the win. So very crucial match. Both players will have to play one more match in round 6. And yeah, we'll see how it all develops. But there is one scenario when MÖRKÖS can be out of the win for the out from the overall win from the tournament if MÖRKÖS loses out of the decider. Yeah, so let's take a look how the players did so far in the tournament. AVGEEK and MÖRKÖS both with 1 walkover each and 3 matches played. The matches played for AVGEEK were against James, Shuichi and Rurchak. For MÖRKÖS it was Yani, Le and Tugi. So yeah, both players already with some tough opponents and both players with some great performance as well. And we have some people already in the chat. Ivan, Medros, MÖRKÖS, welcome. Hello to the stream. I hope you're ready to watch Ivan and Medros and MÖRKÖS to play. And yeah, MÖRKÖS is currently the player with the highest score of the tournament with 776, and AVGEEK is the player with the highest average median losing score tournament in the whole tournament. We had recently Weisbrot with a record in a single match, but with those losing scores. But AVGEEK is the most consistent player out of all. Both players with over 11 million points in the 3 matches played. Both players with some long games already. And MÖRKÖS is insane as well. Posted today a screenshot. Of course, screenshot is a screenshot, but still a screenshot. With 2 max outs today. Level 18 starts, 2 max outs in warm-up games. One of the game went to level 54 and the other game went to level 47, and the third score I can see on this screen is 865,000. So AVGEEK, you'd better be ready for this match. could be a tough opponent, MÖRKÖS, today. But there is also one thing we have to take into consideration. MÖRKÖS is a player who can choke once in a while with some early top outs. As you can see on the losing scores, those scores are in favor of AVGEEK. So there might be some chances for the American player. Also, AVGEEK is a very consistent player with 600k average in their last match against Rurchak. So yeah, I expect some interesting action going on. What are the rules for the tournament? Let's take a look. We play level 18 starts only, no line cap, so the players are able to play forever. Feel free to do so. And oh, AVGEEK, hello. I have not played PAL since beating Rurchak. Last time, as you played against Rurchak, you also had a break because of your trip to Europe, if I'm not mistaken, and did well for you. So maybe it's a good sign. Let's see. Level 18 starts, no line cap, SPS controller, and hand cam as mandatory things, and we play best of 9. And depending on the match result, we have 3, 2, 1, or 0 points for the standings. Top 3 players advance to the top 16 of 2026 Paldas Cup, which will be our main event. It will be played at the beginning of 2026. In January, we will have the preliminary rounds, and from February there will be the main event, top 32 player bracket. Yeah, and this year is a so-called qualifying year for those top 16 players. We have various ways to get in. 3 major events: Paldas Swiss happening right now, Paldas Classic, Paldas League. And 9 players can go through those 3 events. Then 3 players via PDM standings who have not qualified via the major events, and 4 other players will qualify via the ELO rating list, average of 5 best ratings for each player from matches played in the year 2025. So you can see provisionally from PDM, Sam, Tugi, and Shrichi would qualify, and from ELO, Rurchak, AVGEEK, and Yanni. But this will all change. The names that will appear on the left side will be like the fixed names, and until the end of the year in PDM and in ELO, yeah, everything can change. So I hope we're ready for the match between AVGEEK and MÖRKÖS. Let me take a look if the players are live. And we have both players live. So let me switch. Okay, the most important thing, AVGEEK, is that we can see your hands, and we need to see your hands and controller. And Liliana of the Dragon is asking, if a player has more spots, the extra spots go to ELO. What do you mean by your question? If a player is like in a top 3 of one's thing, I will come back to this to explain it once again. So we have, maybe I will explain it in more details. So we have 3 major events. The one happening right now, Paldas Swiss. Top 3 players advance to the Paldas Cup. And for the major events, we have the rule that the players who are already qualified, they are no longer eligible to play in Paldas Classic and Paldas League. So if for example both AVGEEK and MÖRKÖS are in top 3, they are no longer eligible to play in Paldas Classic and Paldas League. They're like out of the contention for the other events, because they are the major events with direct qualifications. So the one who is already qualified doesn't have to play in the other event. Then the PDM tournaments, which are played. These are the events played in between the major events, the so-called monthly events, and player gather points. And the player who qualify via the Paldas Swiss are not taken into consideration in the PDM standings. So, for example, it looks. The standings looks like this in PDM, and the players will be then marked in the Q major column that are qualified, and they won't be like taken into consideration. So for example, let's say that Sam, Tugi, and Shrichi qualify via Swiss, then via PDM standings, AVGEEK, Rurchak, and Gunther would be taken into consideration. And the same thing works for ELO. So for example, currently the highest 3 rated players are Tugi, Shrichi, and Sam, and also there are the 3 highest like ranked player in PDM standings, so they're not taken into consideration as ELO standings. So Rurchak, AVGeek, and Le and Yanni are the 4 players who would be not qualified by the other events, and this works like this. So the priority is in this way, that major events, then PDM standings, and then ELO. So for ELO, the players who were like kind of unlucky to get one of the top 3 spots of the other events. I hope this explanation helps. Yeah, I hope it wasn't too long, but yeah, I hope it works. And let's go back then to our players. MÖRKÖ AVGeek, as you know, we have the option for you either to reroll or increment, so it's up to you. But I roll the seed for game number 1, which will be C3, C4, 3F. C3, C4, 3F. And Fake MÖRKÖS in the chat. Hello, welcome. And MÖRKÖS seems to be ready, saying good luck, have fun. And as you can see, those 2 max outs for MÖRKÖ, 194, 1,026,000. Yeah, this is something insane. And let's see if MÖRKÖ can bring some of this performance to the match. And let's see how it goes. Okay, so Howard 3 from AVGeek. So I assume this is the readiness, and MÖRKÖ is also ready with ready. So game number 1 of this amazing match starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Good luck and have fun, guys. And we are in game number 1 between AVGeek and MÖRKÖ. Yeah, so just to remind you, there is one scenario when MÖRKÖ can be out of contention for the win in the whole event if AVGeek is able to win the match for 3 points. And Jedi Ivan in the chat. Hello Jedi, welcome. And guys, I also forgot about one thing. We have Marcherino prize pool for this event. We're currently at $165, and top 5 players of the events, so the top 3 who qualify and the other 2 will get a share of the prize pool. So if you have some extra money to spend and you admire what the players are doing, feel free to. And Fake MÖRKÖS saying I'm broke. Okay, yeah, maybe someone else is not broke and is able to help the players earn some more money. Okay, 142 for AVGeek, 121 for MÖRKÖ. MÖRKÖ gets a longboard for a Tetris, and yeah, we are 30 lines in, so still early stages of this game number 1. $213 for AVGeek, 193 for MÖRKÖ, so yeah, very nice start as far as the pace is concerned. Bravo pace, where is the paceman? Where is the paceman? Where the pace is there in the game? AVGeek with 236 at 51 lines, MÖRKÖ with 197, so MÖRKÖ a little bit behind. Now MÖRKÖ gets a lot of S's and Z's and has no place to accommodate them on the board, and MÖRKÖ is now in a lot of trouble. Gets the OPs over, that was important move, but this is looking like a GG for MÖRKÖ. Early top out in game number 1, 203,300. 203,300. AVGeek has enough points. AVGeek leads 1-0. 72 lines, 312, 740. Yeah, so players, if you wanna increment, feel free to do so. If not, just let me know. I will wrong place tell you the new seat. Yeah, so we start with a choke in game number 1. And it looks like the players want to play increment and they're already ready. So game number 2 starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Classic start, says Ivan, yeah. And we have like the same Tetris for both players. Interesting. You know, some first differences in stacking. And yeah, both players with 2 Tetrises each. MÖRKÖ decided to scheme one line. $115 for both players, so very similar start. Oh, and MÖRKÖ misdrops the Z piece. AVGEEK with 142, MÖRKÖ with 118. And MÖRKÖ gets this dirty Tetris 145. AVGEEK is kind of running away with the score 192. And MÖRKÖ needs to clean the board. $260 for AVGEEK, 179 for MÖRKÖ. MÖRKÖ with another Tetris. MÖRKÖ doesn't want to create a longboard dependency in column 1. AVGEEK with a cleaner stack. Oh, and MÖRKÖ is now in a mid-stack situation and needs to find a way to get out of it. It's kind of an annoying situation for the Finnish player. Oh, this board is not looking great, but we know that MÖRKÖ can do some miracles. This is probably one of them. Maybe not a miracle, but very nicely handled. AVGEEK also in a mid-stack situation, but MÖRKÖ now is still in some trouble. Both players are kind of high. And both need some... Oh, and AVGEEK hangs the long bar in column 2. I'm not sure if the left side is accessible. The right side is also inaccessible, and this will be a top out for AVGEEK with 320. So MÖRKÖ, you have a chase down. 321 is your target. 321 is your target. Yeah, so this was a moment of a tougher sequence for both players. MÖRKÖ was able to stay alive, and now MÖRKÖ has a chance. Still around 100k to go. Yeah, trading gifts, says AVGEEK. So as Smarts would say, the warm-up is done. So I hope we can have we can have a full game in game number 3. Let's hope so. Oh, nice T-spin by MÖRKÖ. Still around 40k to go. Yeah, so MÖRKÖ doesn't need to do anything crazy. Can go for some pussy triples. and bring the game safely home. And there is a Tetris for MÖRKÖ 317, so... And MÖRKÖ needs like one more line? Will one... Exactly the same score, so one pushdown point will be enough for MÖRKÖ to win this game. Is MÖRKÖ aware of it? Can MÖRKÖ win by a pushdown point? No, MÖRKÖ decides to go for some extra points. So MÖRKÖ is safe for game number 2. 127 lines with 329, 460, 329, 460 is MÖRKÖ's final score. And yeah, MÖRKÖ is good for game number 2, and we have 1-1. Yes, MÖRKÖ should have pushed down. Yeah, Jedi, of course, I also want to congratulate for your 1.2. Well done. And we have MÖRKÖ and AVGEEK ready. So game number 3 starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So MÖRKÖ started with 2 Tetrises, AVGEEK with 1. Now AVGEEK needs to find a way how to get out of this situation, okay? Well, it's open, the long bar comes, and Tetris for AVGEEK, 55,000. MÖRKÖ already with 95. Okay, MÖRKÖ is now building one of the ground AVGEEK with a regular column 10 set up. 171 for AVGEEK, 170 for MÖRKÖ. So a neck and neck situation. But considering the line counts, we have a 1 Tetris real lead for MÖRKÖ. AVGEEK with a kind of a nasty left side. Now this requires some help from the RNG, but AVGEEK creates a lot of dependencies, and this might be a very difficult situation to survive, and AVGEEK tops out. 47 lines, 175, 560, 175, 560. MÖRKÖ is good. MÖRKÖ is good for game number 3, and MÖRKÖ leads 2-1. 64 lines, 273, 273, 220. Score for MÖRKÖ. And 64 lines. And hello, Sleepy Maddie, welcome in the chat. Both players ready for game number 4. Game number 4 starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So quite of a shaky match so far between those two players. Maybe the stakes of this match are the factor as well. Both players are fighting for a tournament win. Maybe this is you know, big like psychological factor. Both players with 50,000, so similar starts. And simul Tetris. $101 for AVGeek, 98 for MÖRKÖS, after 25 lines. $155 AVGeek, 190 for MÖRKÖS. And yeah, currently both players with boards under control, and the pace is also pretty good. Yeah, so let's hope that we can finally have a full game going. We would like to see some level 19 action. Imagine having those two players and yeah, 3 games in the books, and neither game went to transition. MÖRKÖS to 69, AVGeek to 51. $75 lines in. MÖRKÖS around 2 Tetrises ahead. AVGeek with 349, MÖRKÖS with 363, but MÖRKÖS misdrops the L piece. This might cause some drop problems, and it does. So MÖRKÖS is now fighting to survive this situation. One L misdrop and has a lot of consequences for MÖRKÖS' board. Now MÖRKÖS seems to regain the control, should open the well. Yeah, and now MÖRKÖS is fine. 362 for AVGeek, 375 for MÖRKÖS. AVGeek with another Tetris, improving the score to now with another Tetris, 407 for AVGeek, 398 for MÖRKÖS. MÖRKÖS reopens the well, gets a long board, gets a Tetris, 421. Yes, so we are in a very close situation, and it looks like this will be a first game that might be decided on level 19 speeds. 454 AVGeek, 444 for MÖRKÖS. And yeah, we are approaching transition in about 10 lines. And MÖRKÖS seems to be like less than a Tetris ahead on the same line count. So this is basically nothing in terms of the potential that both players have. 524 is transition score for AVGeek. MÖRKÖS will transition in the next line. 524, what's the transition score for AVGeek? What will be the transition score for MÖRKÖS? MÖRKÖS is 517, so yeah. But MÖRKÖS now gets a Tetris post transition. AVGeek needs to reopen the stack. I don't know. Is it possible? This is looking very, very difficult for AVGeek, and this might be it for the American player. AVGeek tops out with 144 lines and 539, 880, and Mörkö is already good. Mörkö takes game number 4 and leads 3-1, but Mörkö, as always, level 19 Malens strongly encouraged, so if you want to get a third max out today, feel free to do so. 539, 880. And a Tetris for Mörkö, 599. Now first 600k of this match. And Mörkö with another Tetris setup, 629. Is Mörkö going for a pre-29 Paldas max out or what? Oh, this is a misdrop. This might be GG. Mörkö can't do anything more. Mörkö tops out with 633, 680. Mörkö went a little bit too greedy, but leads 3-1, and both players are ready for game number 5, which starts in 3, 2, 1. Tris. Yeah, so finally had a full game going. Yeah, technically, as Jedi Ivan mentioned, Mörkö took it with the Tetris on 19, and the rest was like extra. Oh, and AVGeek's board is kind of high. Where is the long bar? There it is. And another long bar to bring the board down. 71,000 for both players. No Mörkö. Okay, interesting way to solve the situation. Yeah, but Mörkö is still not done. 144 meanwhile for AVGeek Mörkö with 83,000. Those were the flattest birds I've ever seen, says Ivan. Yeah, kind of. 167, 68 for AVGeek. Oh, and so many Smash Boys! Oh, those... Oh my god, so many Smash Boys. AVGeek is doing a great job in order to survive it. This was a very, very tricky situation, but well done by AVGeek. 175 against 139 for Mörkö. AVGeek is back in business. Mörkö is also with a clean board, and we have players playing at almost the same line count. Yeah, this is like 2 or 3 Tetrises lead for AVGeek. Yeah, more like 2.5, something like that. Yeah, AVGeek smashed those Smash Boys. Yeah, that's a good one. And we have the players playing, right? Players are playing, we are watching, and we are enjoying what's going on. AVGeek is trying to run away with the score. 358, Mörkö with 260, but Mörkö is also 5 lines behind, so yeah, there's this like just like 70k real lead for AVGeek. Players playing and waters watering. Yes, this is my peak English skill, you know. I have an impression that from stream to stream my English knowledge is getting worse and worse, you know, Ivan. 392 for AV Geek, 307, 307 for Merke. For 17 Merke, 355 for AV Geek. And we are approaching transition in 25 lines or so. So players, please be aware. Prepare your boards for some level 19 action. It looks like AV Geek is kind of losing a little bit of disadvantage. Okay, Ivan, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. 481 for AV Geek, Merke with 416. So no Merke. Merke is 3 lines behind, but he's around like one Tetris in the real pace. AV Geek transition with 505. Merke will transition the next burnt line. 505 was the transition score for AV Geek. Geek is on level 19 speeds. Merke transition with 465, so Merke is like 40k behind at the transitions to level 19. With 516 for AV Geek, 477 for Merke. And Merke is Tetris ready, gets a longboard, gets a Tetris, 497 for Merke, 521 for AV Geek, and AV Geek's board is falling apart. So Merke, you have a chance. 522 is your target. 522. AV Geek tops out with 521 for 40. Yes, sorry for that. So Merke 510, 10k away. One burnt line should be enough for Merke. And here we have it. Merke takes game number 5. Sorry, Merke leads 4-1. So it means that Merke is guaranteed at least 1 point. So one thing is for sure, Merke won't be out of contention for the overall win before round number 6. So yeah, Merke and AV Geek both with theoretical chances to win the whole event still. Let's see, what will be the final score for Merke? And 666_team in the chat. Hello team, welcome. And Merke, yeah, is about to top out with 558, 560. 558, 560 is the score for Merke. This here deck was approved that the best Tetris happens on paldastetris, says Ivan in the chat. Okay, so we have 5 games in. Merke guaranteed at least 1 point for the standings. AV Geek needs to win 3 games in a row to force a decider, and both players are ready to start game number 6 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. both players started 47,000. Merc Nova went 115, AVGeek with 93, but another Tetris for AVGeek. Yeah, and we are in a kind of neck and neck situation. Early stages of game number 6. $188 for AVGeek, 207 for MÖRKÖS. And another Tetris for both players. And so we're still in a very necky situation, and this is a great pace by both players. 59 in, 256k. Yeah, so the players are trying to be as efficient as possible, and the RNG allows to get those nice Tetrises. $302 AVGeek, 280 to MÖRKÖS. Oh, and MÖRKÖS with some misdrops, and long bar doesn't go to the right for a Tetris, and this might be a GG for MÖRKÖS. I think MÖRKÖS lost us and was kind of hesitant, and both players are about to top out. But AVGeek has more points. No, MÖRKÖS is still in the game. MÖRKÖS can still survive it. I don't know if it's possible, but MÖRKÖS can still do some magic. I was almost sure that MÖRKÖS is about to top out. MÖRKÖS needs 307, but this is looking dangerous, and MÖRKÖS can't do anything more. AVGeek takes this game. Oh my god, what was that game? AVGeek takes the game and stays alive in the match. It's 2-4. And Trisky also in the chat. Hello Trisky, welcome. Yeah, so quite of a shaky match as far as the players of this caliber are concerned. But, you know, the stakes are high. So, yeah, everything and anything can happen. And it looks like both players are ready for game number 7, which starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. $46 for both players, AVGeek with a Tetris, MÖRKÖS with a Tetris, 69 for both players in this game number 7. MÖRKÖS still with the match points, AVGeek in need to win 2 games in a row to force a decider. $161 for MÖRKÖS, $143 for AVGeek. for AVGeek, 232 for MÖRKÖ, and yeah, 50 lines in, so another good start with good pace. But can the players bring the game to transition? As we saw today, it was not that easy. Out of 6 games played, only 2 game to transition. $3.16 for AVGeek, $3.34 for MÖRKÖ. So we are a very close score of 415,000 for both players. For a moment, MÖRKÖ then got Tetris. AVGeek was not able to get this Tetris. And so MÖRKÖ kind of run away with the score. And now AVGeek needs to find a way to, the well is open. Another Tetris for AVGeek. MÖRKÖ with 484, AVGeek with 443. MÖRKÖ over 500k and still 20 lines to go. Yes, so if MÖRKÖ can go efficiently, the around 600k transition is still possible. AVGeek needs to stay alive in this game. It looks like MÖRKÖ will have advantage going into transition. And a pretty big advantage, so AVGeek, it better stay alive. You will need a lot of 19 play in this game. 554 for MÖRKÖ, 477 for AVGeek. MÖRKÖ transitions with 602. 602 is the transition for MÖRKÖ. AVGeek 484, and AVGeek's board is very high, but gets a long bar over 508. So AVGeek is around 100k behind, and AVGeek needs a lot of 19 play to take this game. Oh, this misdrop might be a very bad misdrop for AVGeek, and that's it. Unfortunately, this is a top out for AVGeek. 512, 820. MÖRKÖ is good for game number 7. MÖRKÖ takes the game and a whole match 5-2. So MÖRKÖ, as your privilege of the match winner, feel free to play this game out. AVGeek, thank you very much for the match today. Unfortunately, it didn't go your way, but you still have one more match to go. MÖRKÖ already in the books, so you still have some chances. You're 2 points behind MÖRKÖ with one match to go. So theoretically speaking, you are not out of contention for the overall win. And you have also pretty good chances for finishing in top 3 anyway. So yeah, the final match will be decisive one. So maybe train more before round 6 and come back stronger. Oh, that's unfortunate. Therefore, it's always important to like double check the matches, and yeah, maybe put those dates in your calendar or set an alarm clock or something if you plan the matches like some days in advance. $685 meanwhile for MÖRKÖ. Is MÖRKÖ going for another 700k in this tournament? Okay, MÖRKÖ starts to do MÖRKÖ things. And there we have 700k for MÖRKÖ. Another one in this tournament. $776 is MÖRKÖ's highest score in this tournament. MÖRKÖ's official comp PB is 1,084,860 points. So MÖRKÖ on level 30. And longest game for MÖRKÖ in this tournament was 303 lines. 755 for MÖRKÖ. Now it's kind of getting out of control. Oh no, not like this. Not like this. But still a valiant effort from MÖRKÖ. 777, 920. Yeah, so MÖRKÖ decided to improve his best score by 1000 points. Why more? Why more? And MÖRKÖ takes the game and a match. And here is your winner, MÖRKÖ from Finland. And Rodri Escoffier in the chat saying MÖRKÖ makes PAL 19 look easy. Yeah, that's true. So congratulations MÖRKÖ for winning the match. You are now taking the lead in the overall standings. And yeah, you have a great shot on the overall win in the tournament. So here is your winner MÖRKÖ, and here are your match stats. I will also prepare the standings. So as you can see, both players, especially MÖRKÖ, with some early top outs. AVGEEK then later improved the average of losing scores and games. But yeah, as we saw, it wasn't the best day. But yeah, we always have those better and worse days, so yeah, all can happen. But yeah, as mentioned, both players, especially MÖRKÖ is almost guaranteed the top three. AVGEEK with a good shot. So yeah, I'll update the standings and show you the table in a second. And here we have it. So MÖRKÖ with 14 points out of 15 possible. The one lost point in a decider against Tugi. So MÖRKÖ from the top players played already AVGEEK and Tugi. So the possible opponents for MÖRKÖ in the last rounds will be Gunther or Sam, depending the result of the match between Sam and Tugi. So, for example, if Sam wins against Tugi, this match happens tomorrow, by the way, at 13 UTC, then we might have two players with 14 points, Sam and MÖRKÖ, and the final round might be decisive. If Tugi wins against Sam, not in the decider, then MÖRKÖ plays Gunther. If Tugi wins in a decider, Tugi played already MÖRKÖ, so MÖRKÖ would need to play Sam So the only scenario where Merke plays Gunther is when Tugi wins for 3 points. It looks like this. So yeah, so Merke, no other opponent possible rather than Gunther and Sam for you. As for AVGeek, let me take a look. Opponents for AVGeek were so far James, Shuichi, Rurchak, Weisbrot, Merke. Yeah, so theoretically speaking, AVGeek can play anyone like Gunther, Sam, Tugi. So yeah, the match, the result of the match between Sam and Tugi will then be decisive for the pairings for the last round. Yeah, and we'll see how it all develops. As mentioned, the match between Tugi and Sam is scheduled for tomorrow for 13 UTC. 13 UTC is the scheduled time for this match. And I will show you also the ELO rating after this match, but I need to update it, and I will show this in a second as well. And yeah, here we have the rating list. Is it not updated? Oh, now finally. 1982 for Merke. So Merke is still below 2000 points in terms of ELO rating. AVGeek currently with a rating of 1742, exec for 7th place with Cobra. Tomorrow we have Tugi 1892 against Sam 1794. So there is a chance for Sam to join the 1800 group and yeah, and improve the standings. For Tugi, it's a chance to join the 1900 group, and the players like Mark and Gyogi, they will be removed from the ELO rating list because of inactivity. Gyogi tomorrow, Mark in 3 days. And yeah, as soon as they play any matches, then they can be back. But as I've heard, Mark probably retired completely from Tetris. And Gyogi plans to come back later this year to Paldas, so then Gyogi will be back. Yeah, so guys, that's all we have prepared for you today. As mentioned, tomorrow another important match between Sam and Tugi at 13 UTC, so maybe a little bit unfriendly time zone for the American viewers. But yeah, it is what it is. We're approaching Easter, and yeah, we have all our how do you say it, plans and so on. So this is what it is, and yeah. And then around 6 until the end of the month, and then yeah, the first week of May I'm spending in Finland, and then we'll be back with our monthly event in May. The registration is open, guys, so if you wanna join the Discord server and try your skill in a Pardas event, we have a monthly event in May. So feel free to join the Discord server and register. And yeah, we are going to rate Adam Irish experience. There is some Classic Tetris League Season 29 Division 4B action between Alejo and Bergtro. It looks like the match is about to start. Yeah, so let's take a look what's going on with the wrong version and wrong playstyle of Tetris. We are done for today. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with Tugi and Sam. So thank you for watching, guys, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.